What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Are you prepping? I hope that you are, because in my opinion, time is definitely very, very short. Things are happening now at such a rapid pace that if I wasn't prepared, I'd be horrified. I'm nervous now, but if I wasn't prepared, I'd be completely horrified with everything I see coming. We have, the open southern border. We have a huge national debt. We have a completely corrupt through and through federal government court system. We have World War III right around the corner, in my opinion, with huge supply chain issues and things like that. I mean, it is everything coming all at once. And unfortunately, I think that it's all by design. But a lot of people still aren't preparing. And when you talk about preparedness and need to get prepared now, people are going, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to talk about it. They still want to go out and max their credit cards out to live it up and not prepare. Or they are waiting for the second coming of Trump to fix everything, they think. Unfortunately, they're going to be greatly disappointed, in my opinion, because what is coming is going to happen. It's planned to bring in a new system. They want depopulation. They need this war to hide the facts of their corruption, to hide the facts that they've robbed the economy, and it's all planned, in my opinion, to bring in the Great Reset globalist agenda. And that doesn't mean people aren't going to suffer and a lot of lives lost, because it's going to happen, in my opinion. And unfortunately, like I said, most people still aren't prepping. They aren't doing anything, just making excuses. Now, I know most people watching this YouTube channel, at least probably some, are actually prepping. I'm sure some aren't. They just watch for entertainment purposes. But you need to get serious about this. And, a lot of people right now are struggling financially. Unfortunately, it's going to get much, much worse. If you're having trouble now financially, 6 months from now, you'll be lucky if you can have a roof over your head and something to eat, in my opinion, because of the way things are going with the economy and everything. So it's going to get much more difficult to prep as time goes on. And I made a list here of what I would buy if I had a few $100s just starting out prepping. Fortunately, I've been doing this for decades, and I've stockpiled and got everything ready over time. If I was just starting out right now and had to try to get everything I needed, I'd be in a world of hurt, because I couldn't afford it. And I understand that finances are definitely tight for most people, but it's going to get worse. And if you aren't prepared, then your life, in my opinion, is going to be miserable at best, and you could definitely perish at worst. So, I made this list here. If you had a few $100s, and it's based on about $1,200 to prepare with. And this isn't going to get you, completely prepared, but it will get you more prepared than probably 90% of the population here in the United States is. And I've made a copy of this list, and I'll post it on my website. And go over there on my website, creekmore.com, and you can look at this list and run a copy off of this list, take to use it as a checklist when you're doing your actual preps and preparations. So guys, number one is water and filtration. Water bottles. A couple of durable, reusable water bottles or canteens. I prefer canteens, but good water bottles will also work. Water filtration system. And you're going to have to go cheaper. You can't get something like, a big Berkey, because that's several $100s. So water filtration system, a portable water filter like a Sawyer Mini. If you can get, like a big Berkey, that's great. Or some other water filter. Berkeys, they had the issue that actually they was banned in the United States, I think, here a while back. They may still be, they might not be even available. So that might not even be an option at this point. But for this list, this is keeping things at a low cost. So, the Sawyer Mini, in my opinion, is probably one of the best options. And they do have those at my local Walmart, and probably yours also. Water purification tablets in case the filter fails or gets lost. Water storage containers. You can get these also at Walmart. You can get those in the camping section that are 5 and 6 gallon water jugs. Fill those up with just tap water and put those back. Food supplies, non-perishable food, mostly canned foods, because they're easy to store, they're easy to cook. You just dump it out, heat it up, and eat. So there's no learning curve there, nothing with these canned foods. So non-perishable foods, mostly canned goods, soups, stews, fruits, vegetables, and meats. Be sure to get a manual can opener, at least a couple in my opinion. And cooking supplies. You want to have something to cook on. You can cook outside on open fire, depending on where you are, but it could draw, unwanted attention, depending on the situation. So if you can get something like a Coleman camping stove or one of those butane cook stoves, also at Walmart in the camping supply section. First aid kit. Basic first aid supplies, bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, scissors. And you can pick up, a basic kit, again at Walmart, for $25, $30. Prescription medications. These can be difficult to stock up on, but if you can, stock up on prescription medications that you need. And over-the-counter medications. Pain relievers, anti-diarrhea medication, supplements and things like that. Get what you think you might need for you and your family and stockpile those to the best of your ability. And next is shelter and warmth. A tent. You can get those for $80 to $150 for good size, good quality, or decent quality tent. And it could come in handy, if you are homeless, if you lose your home, you have a tent to fall back on. Sleeping bags, appropriate for the climate. I suggest you get the best you can get that's rated for the coldest weather that you can afford, because you never know when it's going to be, extreme dips in temperatures. Having that extra protection in that sleeping bag is definitely worthwhile to spend extra money on. And thermal blankets, they're compact and retain body heat. Lighting and power. Flashlight or headlamp and some extra batteries, preferably rechargeable batteries with ways to recharge those batteries. And a solar charger. For charging phones or small electronics, it's different than a battery charger, but it's also good to have a small solar charger. Communications and information. Emergency radio. Solar and or hand crank powered radio. If you can get one that's actually AM and FM and shortwave, you're better off, but if y'all you can afford this one that is AM and FM, that's definitely beats nothing. But if you can get one that has shortwave option also. A whistle. And some people might say, what do you need a whistle for? Because if you have a whistle and you are in an earthquake, or your apartment building is hit by a bomb, for example, or it is taken down by a rocket or something like that, God forbid, and you are alive in that rubble, if you have that whistle, it can help you to get saved, to signal for attention, to keep blowing that whistle, and hopefully someone will hear you. And it's going to carry a lot farther than just trying to scream. Having that whistle is going to take less effort, and it's going to be able to be heard, at a greater distance, and could save your life having a whistle. Maps and compass. Get maps of your state and your county and your local area. And next are tools and gear. A good multi-tool. You can get those for a good one for $50, $60. Duct tape and zip ties, good for repairs. Rope repair cord for shelter building repairs. A fire starter, waterproof matches, a fire steel, flint and steel and things like that can be definitely lifesavers. Personal hygiene items, hand sanitizer and wet wipes, toilet paper obviously, a portable toilet and bags. You can get those that goes, it's in the camping supply at Walmart again, and it's got like the lid that goes on the top of a 5-gallon bucket. Put your bags in there or your trash bags in there. You can use that, take that, seal that up, and bury that as needed. If you don't have no way to get rid of your waste, like say for instance the water was cut off. Clothing and footwear, durable clothing, weather appropriate and sturdy, depending on your climate of course. And sturdy footwear. Also get socks and foot powder and things like that, and some good leather work gloves. Don't want to damage your hands, because that could set up infections and things like that. Security and self-defense. Pepper spray for personal protection. Sturdy locks on your doors. Also you want to put longer screws into your hinges, into your locks and things on your doors, make it more sturdy. And a good used .22 rifle. If you can find a good Ruger 1022, that's awesome, because it's probably the best option on a budget. You can go to pawn shops and things like that, might buy one from an individual, flea markets and things. Just make sure it's not stolen, because sometimes at flea markets people will buy, or they will have stolen merchandise, especially tools and firearms, and they can put those up for sale, and you come along and you see that and you buy that and you have a stolen firearm, so be careful about that. Sometimes you can get used Ruger 1022s for a couple of $100s. You can get the Ruger factory 25 round magazines, and you can load that with CCI stingers or something like that, and you have a pretty formidable self-defense weapon that can also be used to take down squirrel, rabbits, and even white-tailed deer and things like that with well-placed shots. So the estimate of all this stuff put together is about $900 to $1,200 approximately, and it will definitely get you started. And like I said, I will put this complete list over on my website, mdcreekmore.com. I'll put a link in the description box below. You can go check that out. Here's the list. But like I said, on my website, go over there and check it out, and you can make a copy of this and use this as a basic shopping list. And like I said, it's not going to get you to be completely prepared for everything, but it definitely beats nothing. And it beats sitting around on your rear end waiting for the second coming of Trump or something like that, hoping it's going to fix everything. Things are happening now, things are popping off now, and it's time to get serious about this. But I know finances are definitely tight for most people, including myself. So hopefully, this list will help you to get better prepared. And if you can go beyond this, that is great. I mean, this is just a basic list. It's not a full list of everything that you need, but it will get you on your way. And this list, if you have these things on this list, could definitely save your life. If you think the video was helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm Creekmore, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.